Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Hope you are all having an amazing day today. My name is Lex and welcome back to some more GTA 5, where today we're going to be looking at some more stuff from the latest After Hours DLC update for GTA Online, where today we're going to be looking at the super secret liveries for pre-existing cars from GTA 5. Now this is an interesting new one for Rockstar, because normally with updates they actually just add completely new vehicles, or they actually remake a new spawnable vehicle and have them all separate. But they've actually overwritten some pre-existing vehicles from the game and added stuff to them. So we have this car right here. This is the Penumbra. This has 10 new liveries. The Futo also has 10 new liveries. The Ruiner has 10 new liveries. And the Prairie has 10 new liveries and a bunch of new tuning parts. We've got new spoilers, bumpers, side skirts, exhausts, all sorts of stuff for the Prairie. And I'm going to be checking all of those out in today's video. We're going to be seeing what's up. They're not currently out in GTA Online. For those of you wondering, I am playing in single player. These have all been spawned in, hacked in using mods. In fact, huge shout out to Bob322 and MGgames100 from the Vanilla Works Discord, as they've helped me to get all of this working in single player so we can show you guys. I don't know when this stuff is coming out, but we can just assume that at some point you'll be able to do this in online mode. So before we check out all the new liveries and tuning parts with these cars, there's going to be some comments on the screen. These are comments featured from the previous video. If you would like your comments featured, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'll pick some at random and feature them at the start of the next video. Don't forget, you can also follow me on Twitter at Figureight. Links for my Twitter are in the description below, as always, and also Instagram _Figureight. Again, link in the description below. So, seems that guy has cut me up. We should probably just pull over here and have a look at this Penumbra. So the Penumbra does actually have a number of tuning parts from standard. If we just go to menus customs, you can see, let's go to spoiler, we have got a bunch of tuning parts for this car already, but what we didn't have was the extras of liveries. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some parts to this car. We already know about all the tuning parts for this car, so I'm just going to continue on and find some parts that I like, and then we're going to put the cherry on top by finally being able to put liveries on this car. Okay, so I've gone through and I've just picked a bunch of parts, just picked some nice carbon fiber spoiler, carbon fiber roof, all that sort of stuff, just try and make this look as sporty as possible, as much as we can. And let's just go to menus customs. In fact, I forgot to lower it. We should probably do that. That's pretty important. There we go. That's made it actually glitch through the floor, has it? No, it's close though. So if we go to Benny's Lowrider mods, this is just using the menus mod. It would be slightly different in online mode. And we go to liveries, you will see that we have now 10 unnamed liveries. I don't know what they're going to be called. So we have livery number 1, which has some stripes going up, and also they're on top of the carbon fiber, which is very cool. I like that, because sometimes you get liveries that sort of just get hidden when you have the carbon fiber bonnet. This actually puts it on top of them, which is actually really cool, although not so much on the roof, I've noticed. But we have the stripes going on, and also the shopping list on the doors. Then we have number 2, which is that in black. Maybe I should make this car a little bit lighter looking. There we go. I made it matte red so you can at least see it on the video a lot clearer. And then we have number 3, which is just going to be this down here on the bottom. I guess if we didn't have these skirts, you wouldn't see these down here, but it also has these on the bonnet as well. It might actually... Shall I just take this carbon fiber off the roof? I'm going back and forth here annoyingly. Okay, yeah, now we can see, because that was definitely hiding some stuff there. So in fact, going back, yeah, that did have the stripe going all the way across. And then that. And then that. Okay, now we're caught up. Livery 4 is going to be that in black. Livery 5 is just going to be a solid black line going all the way across. And then we also have these stripes going down the side and the atomic badging. That's pretty cool. That's not too bad. Then we have number 6. This is getting a little bit more out there now with some proper, like, 2000 style graphics going on. We've also got this going on the bonnet as well. Then we have number 7, which is, oh my god, completely green at the front. All the way splashed to the side, again with the shopping list on the side door. That's looking pretty sweet. Nothing on the back, though. Actually, there are a couple of little Fukaru stickers, decals on there. Then we have number 8. This is going to actually be red on the bottom, so you're not going to see that as clearly. Seems we've gone for red. Hyperfunction suspension, Mayabatsu. There we go. That's not too bad. Definitely would look better if we didn't have matte red on this one. Then we have number 9. Actually, that one is red again. There's a lot of red style decals going on with this one. I really shouldn't have picked red. But we have these sort of like paint marks in white, black, and red with all these stripes and stuff on the bonnet. And then going around on the sides. Very much matching the sort of era that this car would have been built in, and the sort of tuner scene of that era, so that's pretty cool. And then number 10. Now, I didn't recognize this at first. When I first looked at this, I was sort of like, right, okay. And then I was playing around with the colors. Now, some of you might already have spotted what this is, but I didn't really catch it at first. But if I just go down to paints, and I go to primary, go to classic, and let's go for green. And if we just go to lime green, you recognize it yet? It's Brian's Eclipse from Fast and the Furious 1. I mean, it's definitely not the right era of Eclipse, although this is definitely supposed to be Eclipse-ish, and it's a Mitsubishi, of course, being the Mayabatsu. But yeah, we can actually now have Brian's Eclipse, sort of, in GTA Online, which is pretty cool. And also, just to go back on those previous two liveries, there it is with the black and red, so you can see it a little bit clearer. And there we have that one there. But, of course, livery 10... especially because we've also got like the atomic thing. I don't know what was on the original. I know it was some sort of like logo that had like sort of swish writing and stuff. So that's sort of similar. But it's now all fitting in with the lore of GTA 5. That is pretty cool. So that is the Penumbra done. Let's now move on then, as we start to slowly go around this coastal road. Let's check out the Futo. Okay, so here we are with our Futo spawned in, and just like I did with the previous one, seems in this has no new extra tuning parts. I'm going to go ahead and make my tuning build, and then we can put our liveries on the top. Okay, so here we are with my Futo build done, and actually I'm going to do one last thing, because it seems we're actually in single player and not in online. I've got to fix these wheels. I feel so sorry for you guys that are in online that can't do this. But I'm going to have to use V-Stancer. I'm going to have to make the wheels just a little bit smaller because they're just way too big for those arches. And a lot wider. And then we'll poke those out so they actually feel the arches this time. Because when you get those wide arches in online mode, it's a shame that they don't put the wheels out at the same time. But of course, that's why we have V-Stancer. There we go. That's nice and simple. Tiny little bit of camber. Just lower it just a little bit more. There we go, that's going to be pretty much suitable. And so on to the liveries. Again, these are unnamed. They will be named, presumably, once they come out in GT Online. So we have livery number 1, which annoyingly has just reset all of my wheels I've just spent all that time working on. We'll sort that out in a minute. So this first one just has a carrying badge going on the bonnet. And then in yellow, annoyingly, after I pick a yellow paint, we have the yellow, naturally aspirated inline 20-valve rear-wheel drive decal going on the side there. Should be the same on the other side. And that's that for that one. Then we have number 2, that's going to be that, but rusty. That would be really cool if we had like a sort of dark paint, but obviously with this yellow, this one's not exactly going to work. But that rust does look cool, even if all of this stuff would actually be fiberglass and wouldn't rust. But let's ignore that. And then we have the super rusty version that's also got a bunch of tape going on and some sort of stitching going on with some cable ties. We've got a little drift sticker there. That's definitely sort of like a ratty drift look. That is definitely very cool indeed. And also, it does get rid of the black plastic trim that we have around the side. It does actually make that coloured as well. Very interesting. Then we have number 4. This is going to be nice and smooth. Number 86, of course, reference to the GT86. Karin. That's nice. I like that a lot. And again, there is actually a yellow there. I really regret picking yellow already. And number 5, we have the number 48. Karin, again, pretty simple. Very nice looking, suits the car. It's just, yeah, I love that. Then we have this one, the Karin Automobile Flywheels one, Speed Shop. Don't know if that's in reference to anything. I'm not too sold on that one. Also, I made a comment about this in the previous video about the Jester. But yeah, I know that this is a thing where people sort of mirror on the other side the decal. I'm just saying I've never really liked the look. I've always found that a bit weird. I'd rather have just seen... somehow they can just put the words the right way round on that side as well. But never mind, at least it looks really cool on this side. And then we have number 7. This is going to be the Auto Exotic. This actually, it does look like a race car. It's not as cool as the other ones. The other ones are a bit more retro. I like the look of those, but still interesting. Again, typically another one based on yellow. I've made a big mistake here. Number 8, the Fukaru Drift Team one in black and red and white theme. I really like how that looks. Again, not with the yellow, but I like how that looks. Very modern, but still cool. Then we have this one, number 9. What's this got on this? This looks like a Rising Sun thing. Morning's Golden Shower Beer. Okay. Interesting. I guess Rising Sun, Mornings. Okay, yeah, that's that. I understand why they got that reference there. Karin, Hardstand, Fukaru, all that sort of stuff going around. And also I've noticed black bumpers on that one, which I've got to admit, I think looks awesome. I'm a big fan of black bumpers, I'm not going to lie. And then number 10 of, oh dear. Okay, good thing I know how to blur pictures on video now and actually track them with movement. Okay. Yep. Well, that's Natasha one with an anime girl with her bum sticking out with a bit. Excuse me. Out of all the places I can park, I managed to find a guy walking here. Really? Anyway, and some more stuff going on here with a really weird looking arm. But that is cool. Very cool. Even though I'm not a big fan of Natasha, it's still really interesting to see it in a game. So, that is the Futo done. I think for this one, I'm actually going to go with one of these earlier ones. I want to go, I think it was, I actually really like how this rusty one looks, but I want to use number 4 this time, and I'm going to change the paint. Okay, and there we are done. New colour, and I've just reset all the wheels and stuff with V-Stancer. And that is our second build done. So now, I'm actually going to leave the best till last, which is the Prairie, which has got all the sort of cool tuning parts and stuff. I just want to quickly check out the Ruiner, because actually, although it's got some new liveries, it's not that exciting. Let's check it out. Okay, so here we are with the Ruiner, and actually, I'm not going to build anything with this one. I'm just going to show the liveries because I'm not really that interested in them. What I would have liked was, like, something that would have worked off this Ruiner thing that's already here. The thing is, when we start adding the liveries, this bit remains. And I don't understand why, because I don't think it matches, but this is number 1. It's just some stripe going across. Number 2 is the black version. Number 3, red version. Number 4 is just the twin stripes in white, and then in black, then in red. And then we have this one, these stripes going along here in white, black, and red. And then to finish off, we have... Oh, I see. It's just the whole thick black bit on the top, which obviously you can't really see because of the colour of that. Let me just quickly change the colour so you can see that better. Okay, there you can see it's basically just making the top half black, essentially. I think this is pretty terrible, pointless. I don't really understand why the stripes are there, what it's going to be good for. Maybe you guys know it's a reference to something, but I'd have liked to have seen something else, especially some other takes on this Ruiner badging on the side. Some nice, cool 80s style graphics. Instead, we just got some stripes. So, yeah, we'll ignore that and move on then to the Prairie. Okay, and here we are with the Prairie. This boring old car that has been in GTA since the beginning. I think this was one of the starting cars. And, well, it's always been a little bit boring. And I've always thought that it needed a little something. It had a couple of bits, but it wasn't really that interesting. But it was one of these cars, it's a front-wheel drive, little coupe. You'd think it'd be the sort of thing that they would ironically put loads of tuning parts for and make it a racer car, and now they have. And so, if we go to customs, let's check out the liveries last. Let's start off with spoiler. All of these ones that you can see on the left here that don't have names are the new ones. So we already had the low-level spoiler, and we had the carbon wing, but the rest of these are new. So we have this, then we have this one, we have number 5, and then we have number 6. And I think for the style I want to go for, I think I want to put this on here because I want to make it look a little bit silly. Because we all know it's a front-wheel drive car. It's not really going to be going fast. It's not really... It's a coupe, but it's not a sporty car. It's just sort of sporty looking. Of course, it's based on the real-life thing, the Hyundai Coupe, which was a front-wheel drive, sporty looking, but not really sporty car. So then on the front bumper, we have the stock. Then we have the splitter with canards, which apparently we had already, which I don't remember. I've got to be honest, I don't remember ever tuning these, so even though this has the writing on it, I'm actually starting to doubt myself of whether that was always the case, but you guys might know better than me. So that's the first one. Then we have this bumper, which is all smoothed off. Then we have another one, which has a little splitter carbon down the bottom. Then we have this huge open grill one. Then we have that one with the carbon splitter. And then we have this one. And then we also have that with the carbon splitter as well. That's definitely interesting. I'm going to go with that one because I want to make this just all out. Then on the rear, just a couple of options. We have the carbon diffuser and tow hook, which doesn't look too bad. And then we have that which actually just has the coloured bottom instead of the carbon fibre. Again, I'm pretty sure that none of this we had before. Maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. So I'm going to go for that, actually. I'm just going to keep that one with the colour on the bottom. Then on the skirts, we have skirts number 1. Then we have this one, which is slightly different. That one in carbon fibre. That one again, that looks the same as the other one. Under this, they're slightly different, ever so slightly different. Then we have that one in carbon fibre. And then we have this design, again, slightly in carbon fibre. They all look very similar to one another. I'm just going to go with number 4. Because presumably if you go further down the list it gets more extreme, I guess. Is it really more extreme? Not really. Only slightly. Then on the exhaust we have the stock. We have the titanium tuner exhausts right down the bottom there on each side. Then we have these which actually move into the middle, which are great and all, but it does leave these on the side. Looks a bit silly. Anyway, so we have these ones. Then we have these which are carbon fibre wrapped, and then we have these exhausts. And then, so actually we do have some that come back onto the other side, which is cool. And then we also finish with that in the middle. I will admit that I actually prefer the look of it in the middle. It's just a shame that we now have these weird hole things on the side where the exhaust should be. So then onto the hood. We have the stock. We have the carbon. Then we have bonnet number 3, which just seems to be like a smooth version, I guess, compared to the stock, which did have that little vent in it. Then we have the carbon version of that one. Then we have this one with a bigger vent, carbon version. This one with a bunch of little grill vent things, carbon version. And then this one with the big sort of reverse vent, which actually is all for looks. It doesn't do anything. It's all closed off. It's just there. I mean, those of you that use the term rice, I used the term rice earlier, but this is what I think people would define as being a ricey car, especially if you had something like that which doesn't even have holes in the bonnet. So actually, in that case, I'm going to go for that one. Would carbon fibre be too fancy? I mean, we've already used it here, so let's just continue the theme. And that is all the tuning parts. Actually, we should probably go ahead and change the wheels and the paint. So I'm going to go for the organic Type O on that one. I'm using the stock wheels. I'm not going to use any modded wheels for these builds. And we just make this in a nice looking red and just hope that the liveries aren't all red themes, which would be just my luck. So let's move on then to the liveries, the brand new liveries. We have number 1, which is, it makes it all black. Interesting. So we actually have a reverse colour option, so we can have the all black apart from these, which we can change the colour as we like. Then we have number 2, which just has this white stripe on the side. Again, if these were in reference to anything, let me know, because it looks sort of familiar, but then, I mean, this is probably quite a common sort of decal graphic that you would have seen on cars back in the early 2000s. Then we have number 3, of course, some flames in black. Also, we've got these decals and stuff going on. I don't know if we have anything on the bonnet. Nothing has been showing on the bonnet so far. Maybe it's not going to be like the Penumbra. So I'm actually going to turn that carbon bonnet off. And good choice, because as soon as I turn it off, we see that there is actually more to the graphics. Okay. So the first one has the stripe going all the way across. Then we have this one, which was actually clean. Then we have the third one, which is actually clean again anyway. Then we have number 4, which has got the stripe going down there. We've also got these on the side. I quite like that bit on the side. Not so sure about the bit on the top, but the bit on the side, pretty cool. Then we had number 5, which is going to be this nice simple white stripe, and also the shopping list decals. Then we have number 6. These are all very tunery, very 2000s tuner scene era stuff. We have the black version of that. Number 8, of course, we've got to have some tribals somewhere. There's the tribals. Then we have number... Did I say that was number 8 before? This one's now number 8 with a green thing. I'm expecting these to be a reference to something from Fast and the Furious, but I mean, this car wasn't in one, so whether it's just a lookalike, I don't know, but again, this was all the right era for all these sort of things. And what does this say on this? Prairie Posse. Oh, God. Oh, Rockstar. Rockstar know their stuff when it comes to stuff in the car scene and trying to, like, mock things. That's cool. I like that touch. I mean, it looks stupid, but I like that they've put that in there. That's a nice reference to just that sort of like car fan, car club sort of thing. And all the decals and stuff that go with it. Then we have number 9. This is going to have a big old Bolacan thing. Again, very interesting that they went for this one. But very cool graphics. I like this old school sort. It's kind of like it's in and vogue now, isn't it? Vaporwave or whatever. Perhaps not in these colours, but this yellow and the blue paintbrush style thing. Yeah. I dig it in terms of the theme of the car. And then number 10 is going to be that which is actually one with a red theme, red, black and white, with also this badging on the rear. That's not too bad. So I am thinking, I actually quite like this one, but I'm going to change the paint colour. But I do like the colour of the red. That's left me. I'm a bit unsure now. Maybe I'll just go with something as simple as that. I don't want, maybe, yeah, let's just not go too crazy. Let's just go with something simple. Seems we've had some crazy and interesting builds. And let's just have that one done. We'll also go ahead and go to suspension and just slam it down a little bit. And there is our finished Prairie, which is front wheel drive, and incredibly slow, and has loads of understeer. That's pretty suiting for a car that looks like this, I think. But there we are. That is the 4, at least the 4 that I found, cars that have new liveries inside the latest update that will, I guess, eventually be released at some point on GT Online. I don't know when. I don't have the details. But that's something for you guys to look forward to. But that's going to be it for this video. You can let me know what you thought about this video by leaving a comment in the comment section below and leaving a like. I don't normally ask for likes or any of that sort of stuff. I figured maybe I'll change it up and see if you guys are be more excited. Actually, I like the idea of the fun of just like asking for a stupid number of likes, because I just like the idea that people can sort of get involved with that. So let's try and hit 10 likes. I couldn't be serious for that long. Okay. Right, there we go, guys. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.